Any volunteer to light the candle? Anyone else? Thank you. The last candle. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's do our chanting before the meditation. In our chanting book, you can turn to page 5. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. The three refuges. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Next page. The 5 precepts. Panatipata viremani sikkhapadam samadhiyami, adinādāna viremani sikkhapadam samadhiyami, kāmesu mitucācara viremani sikkhapadam samadhiyami, musāvāda viremani sikkhapadam samadhiyami, suramere manye pamadannāna viremani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Let's read the affirmative vows. Being aware of the suffering caused by the distraction of life,
I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relationships without love and long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and faithfulness.
Next page. Homage to the Buddha. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vidyacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhammasarati Satta deva manusānaṁ buddho bhagavati. Homage to the Dhamma. Swakkhāto bhagavata dhammo sanditthiko akāliko Ihipatsiko panariko pancattam viditabbo vinyuhiti. Homage to the Sangha. Supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Ujjupatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Nyāyapatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Samiji patipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Yadidam chattari purisa yugani ante purisa pungala Esa bhagavato sāvaka sangho Āmuniyo pāuniyo Dakkiniyo anjali karaniyo Anutteram punyakittam Lokasasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Offerings. Offering of light. Ganesarampavitene Dīpena tamadam sena Tiloka vipam sambuddham Pujayami tamodam. Offering of incense. Gandhe sambhare yuktine dupinam sugandhina
Pujai pujaniyam tham puja bhajana muttamam.
Offering of flowers.
Vanne gandhe gunopetam etang kusuma santating pujayami munindase siripada saroruli pujimi buddham kusumena mene pujirite labami mukkam pumpang nilayati yathaidammi kayu tatayati vinasebhavam.
Offering of water.
Adivasi tunu banti paniyang parikampitam anukampang upadaye patigam hatu
Offering of drinks.
Adivasi tunu bhanti gilame paccayang imam anukampang upadaye patigam hatu.
Worship of shrines.
Vandami citiyang sambang sabbetani supatititang saririka dhatu mahabodhim mudherupam sakalam sadam.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Wish of well-being.
Namaste manu rate nate punya visandang vikulam alantam tansaru bhavini hatante ayu.
Reflections on the teachings of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner for experiences. Mind is chief, mind made are they. If one seeks for rest with an pure mind, suffering follows like the wheel that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind great are they. If one speaks so as with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like linking in a moving car. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities as the smith removes the dross from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Dear spiritual friends, we welcome you all for our Wednesday meditation. Today, as usual, on Wednesdays evenings, you decided to come to this wholesome place. You to practice meditation for our spiritual development. So, first of all, you can rejoice the decision that you have taken by yourself and sit for this meditation with these spiritual friends. Now we are going to practice meditation on loving kindness and meditation on breathing. So we can appreciate ourselves, deeply appreciating ourselves. Now let's make a determination before we bring our awareness to our meditation. We can make a determination that I will engage in a committed practice. I will make use of this wholesome space, this wholesome guidance, this wholesome gathering. I will engage in a committed practice. Make that determination now. With that determination, listen to the bell until the very end of the sound and settle your mind further and further. At the end of the sound of the bell, we will do our chanting, Namo Buddhaya. At the end of the chant, Bhante Punna will help us to do our meditation. Bring your awareness to listen to the sound of the bell and the chant. Be with the sounds.
Dear spiritual friends, this is the time to practice meditation, meditation on loving kindness in guided meditation, and meditation on breathing in silent meditation. With the full preparation, after observing the precepts and recollecting the great virtues of the great spiritual masters, teachers, and followers, by appreciating the great spiritual teachings ever delivered in the human history for the benefit of the mankind. Now we are ready to practice meditation on loving kindness. Loving kindness meditation can heal the wounds. Loving kindness meditation can uplift our loving kindness personalities. Loving kindness can bring the peace and happiness into our mind. Loving kindness can develop positive energies among the communities. Loving kindness helps us to integrate with the nature. Loving kindness is such a marvelous practice that we can do right here, right now. To practice loving kindness, we prepare our body, we prepare our posture, we calm down our body, and we notice the calming down of our verbal expressions, and we notice the calming down of our mind and thoughts. Dear spiritual friends, bring your attention to your body and notice that you are sitting. Sometimes you are sitting on the chairs, sometimes you are sitting on the floor. Wherever you sit, sit properly. If you are sitting on the cushion, you better to sit at the front edge of the cushion, which is very helpful to ground the sitting bones. It helps us to keep our upper body upright and reduce the tension and the weight on our back muscles, which is really beneficial to maintain the motionless posture. We keep up our both shoulders widely open and let both arms just to hang and place on our thighs or on our lap. Both palms are resting. The fingers are not grabbing, grasping, and pressing each other. We keep our chin parallel to the earth. Very gently close our eyes. Observe your meditative posture. Now you are sitting in a motionless posture. You maintain your wholesomeness in this posture. Now you can scan your body from the top of the head to the tips of the fingers and the toes. And you can notice all different sensations and feelings which are occurring in entire body. Some feelings are pleasant, some of them are neutral, and some of them are not really pleasant. Bring your awareness and notice the pressure, tension, aches and pains, heavy feelings on your forehead, top of the head, and back of the head. Feel, feel, and feel, and notice that you can relax. Just drop down, and relax. Feel your eyes. They are gently closed. And relax and relax and relax. Feel your facial muscles. To relax your facial muscles, we bring a smile, a beautiful, genuine smile. You are smiling like a flower. You are smiling like a baby. Look at your own beautiful smile and smile with you. Feel the smile. It travels from the facial muscles to the all over the body. Just relax and maintain this beautiful smile. The smile is one of the greatest capacity, skill that you have in your heart, in your beauty. Maintain throughout the meditation this beautiful smile on your face. Feel your both shoulders and just drop down and relax. Both arms are relaxing. Let them to relax. Feel your chest muscles, outer and inner. Feel your thigh muscles, outer and inner. Feel, feel, and just relax. No tension, no irritation, no any harboring pains, and just drop down and relax, relax, relax. Feel your back muscles, upper and lower, and relax, relax, and relax. Feel your sitting muscles. Feel if you still is having any unpleasantness, just relax and sit in your comfortable way. Because the loving kindness can practice in any posture. Just relax. Feel your thigh muscles, knees, lower legs, ankle, heels, sole of the feet to the tips of the toes. Relax, 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 relax. In this relaxed posture, let body to be in this motionless posture and notice the pleasant wording without any conflict. Verbal preparation is running in the mind without disturbing and feel the peaceful, relaxed verbal support for this motionless posture. And observe your mind, most complicated. Yes, in our mind we have thoughts. Thoughts, thoughts are running to the memory and to the future. While you are sitting here in this motionless posture, but truly understand past is gone. It has become just a memory. Nothing to worry, and you can deeply understand the past is gone and let them go, let them go, and let them go. Let them to resolve. Do not put anything to it. Just let them go. But the lessons that you learn from them, it will help you keep yourself safe, out of trouble. The future related thoughts, still they are occurring. Future is good. The goals are always pleasant. To have good goals, pleasant hopes, but not too anxious, not to be anxious, not to be worried. If you are still having any sort of anxious thoughts, just understand the future is not yet come true. And let them go, and let them go. Bring your full awareness to the present moment right now, right here, right now. With your noble, beautiful gathering, with a wholesome set of activities. Now we are sitting peacefully, helping each other right here, right now. Observe your beautiful mind. Mind is not disturbed from the past or from the future. Right here, right now. Be aware of your present moment. At the present moment, you can become really, really happy. The happiness will not occur in the past, that because it is gone, not the future, that because it is not yet come true. But right now, you can have really, really blissful state of happiness. To earn this blissful happiness, we generate loving kindness. Loving kindness will help to experience this blissful, happy state of our mind. The loving kindness is such a great, great skill. As Buddha delivered the lovely wise mother who take care of her only babe. That is the gravity, the density, the, the beauty of the loving kindness. The mother who is having her only baby knows such a great depth in the loving kindness. In her loving kindness, compassion, tolerance, patience, appreciation, forgiveness, truthfulness, generosity, worthiness, they are unfathomable. Same thoughts, same wholesome vibe we activate in our mind as thoughts. Observe your mind and cultivate loving kindness. Many faceted loving kindness, blissful, wholesome facets of your loving kindness, compassion, tolerance, patience, appreciation, forgiveness, generosity, truthfulness, worthiness, full awareness, wholesome, loving kindness awareness. All those thoughts can restore the peace in our mind right now. May my mind be well, be peaceful. May my mind be well. Make you a genuine, great wish to bring the peace in your mind. May my mind be able to let go of the past, let go of the future, be in the present moment with the loving, blissful, wholesome thoughts, compassion, tolerance, patience, appreciation, forgiveness, generosity. May my mind be well, be happy, be peace. We will share the same energy among this noble gathering. May my noble friends who have gathered here be well, be healthy, be wholesome. May you grow in compassion, tolerance, patience, appreciation, forgiveness. May you be able to earn the loving kindness, happiness right now, right here. Be in your loving kindness, cooling, loving kindness, happiness. May you be well right now, right here. Experience this divine, blissful, beautiful, wholesome, loving kindness. Dear spiritual friend, you can letting go everything. You are in loving kindness. Be in your loving kindness. You are so rich in loving kindness. You are in full capacity in loving kindness. Feel your beautiful loving kindness. Feel the loving kindness in your inner blissful rain. The loving kindness. Feel the green, beautiful, wholesome, loving kindness within. You are in a heavenly experience. You earn this your own beautiful, loving kindness with your own great capacity. May you be well. May you be well. May you be well. Share the loving kindness. Radiate the loving kindness from the top of the head to the tips of the toes, from the skin to the internal organs. Feel the loving kindness physically. Feel the soothing loving kindness all over the body. Relax the body. Feel the loving kindness. May this body be healthy, be healthy, be healthy. Still, if you are having some sort of pains and aches, and just appreciate at least up to this level, help this feeble body to bring into this beautiful state of mind. Be grateful and be grateful and deeply penetrate the loving kindness to the area that you have some aches and pains. It is the nature to have some pains, chronic pains in this body, and don't be upset on them. Be grateful. May this body be healed. May all the organs and system of this body be healed, be healed, be healed. Expand your loving kindness among the people in your neighboring neighborhood, in your cities, counties, neighboring counties, neighboring states throughout the nation, neighboring countries, all around the world. May all people be able to cultivate and experience the blissful loving kindness forever. We know that everybody is seeking the loving kindness. Now we know we have the enormous power, the capacity to generate the loving kindness within. May everybody be able to enjoy the loving kindness. May all beings be well, near and far, large and small, seen and unseen, in the front, the direction of your front, back, left, right, and above and below. May all beings, may all trees, plants, creepers, creeks, rivers, oceans, may all beings and all things be well. You are alive, that because of everything. Be grateful. Send the loving kindness to all directions. Be in your loving kindness. We will chant the loving kindness. Remember the loving kindness. Enjoy the loving kindness. Just relax. We will chant together. Loving kindness, 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 loving kindness. Loving kindness, loving kindness, loving kindness, loving kindness. Loving kindness, loving kindness, loving kindness, loving kindness. Loving kindness, loving kindness, loving kindness, loving kindness, loving kindness, loving kindness. Be well. Be settled. Be blissful in your loving kindness. Enjoy your own beautiful loving kindness. Be well. Be happy. Be peace. Now slowly use your lovely wise attention to observe the natural breath, breathing in and breathing out. Just observe in breath and out breath. Relax your awareness. Observe this natural activity, breathing in and breathing out. Stay focused, stay calm, and relax. Meditate on the breath. While you are in breathing meditation, deeply understand breathing in and out is the lifeline of this body. Breathing in and out is common for everybody. Breathing in and out is the vitality of the life. The breathing in and out explains that everything is constantly changing. No anything in the world to grasp and grab and hold. Deeply understand this impermanence. Maintain your full awareness on your breath and practice the deepest, the reality of everything. If everything is impermanent, then why do we struggling? Why do we struggle to hold them? The only better solution is, the best solution is the letting go. Let them go. Letting go is a skill, not a failure. It is fortune, not a disaster. It is a winning approach, not losing something. You deeply understand and let them go.
Dukkha pattache Nidukkha Bhayam pattache Nibbhaya Sukam pattache Ninsoka Huntu sabbepi paninu May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of your meditation and gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. And let's take a moment to be grateful to all the enlightened masters and the teachers in the past who passed this teaching, this practice, these techniques to generations that we could practice today. And also let's appreciate the instructions and the guidance that we received for our meditation. And also let's be grateful to whoever helped us for meditation today. Let's appreciate even the support that we received from these non-living things. The chair that you are sitting on, the cushion you are sitting on, this bell, the device help you to connect to this meditation online. Let's appreciate the support. Appreciating, let's say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
I have a question for everyone, actually. When you're quiet, like sometimes when I'm laying in bed or even during meditation time, it's like I hear this background noise. Like, I mean, I noticed it even when I was a kid and I named it the sound of the earth hurtling through space. It's just like always there. And I don't know if it's like outside or if it's like an inside sound. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? It's like a humming.
It's inside.
Inside? You hear it too sometimes?
There's a couple of medical things. It could
Land on
be
it.
whenever you quiet yourself and you quiet the extraneous noises, sometimes the artery is close to the eardrum And you can
I know.
hear that and sometimes you can hear a whoosh sound, but it's only when you still everything else. When you're talking and moving and having normal things, then you don't hear it. So you relax and you get it.
It's more medical.
But it's,
Biological thing.
yeah, more biological. It does not have to be a wrong thing or a bad thing or a
No, I don't
terrible
think it's
thing.
wrong or bad.
It's
or
just
anything. It's
you
a sound.
hear you. You hear what's going on in you because you stopped everything else. So it's normally when
Only thing that I can tell, just let them go.
Good. You're good at
that. It's just there, you know, in the background, but I didn't know if it was outside me or inside me.
That's right. Now we know.
So it's not it's not the earth hurtling through space, it's me inside.
But we are.
I know,
Yes, we
we're
are.
doing that too,
Yeah.
but I mean,
I prefer the world moving through space. actually.
yeah, I like
More
that too.
uplifting.
It's a little bit more
It
fun.
kind of makes it, puts everything into perspective, kind of, you know, it's like, for this little teeny tiny thing. Thank you. Paul.
Thank you so much.
One thing.
And Bhante,
Yes, but so nice to hear the contribution and very active discussion of our friends. Yeah, Bhante, we completed in our series of topics last week,
yeah,
and now we are out of topics to talk about, right? And and so we invited our friends to suggest their favorite topics or their questions they like to know more. So actually, Bhante, we got a request from one of our Dhamma friends to talk about a special topic.
Oh, okay.
So maybe today we can spend a little bit time on that. And the topic was actually because when we discuss, most of the time we refer to our mental defilements, our unwholesome tendencies. So you always talk about it, but what we can do about it. So that was the question. So what we can do about those defilements that we experience in our day-to-day life, and what are the tools to deal with them? So, Bhante, what do you think? So it's going to be the topic today.
Okay,
Surprise.
we will. So that Bhante, we know that we have defilements. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's important realization, right, Bhante, to
Yeah.
understand that we have these dual capacities, right? One is to
Sometimes, Bhante, we just to believe because the religious teachers or spiritual teachers suggest and us that you have defilements. It's another aspect. But if you know that you have defilements, it's a different kind of realization.
exactly. It's not simply knowing, right? But it's maybe understanding. Right?
Understanding.
Yeah. Like with our own observation.
Experiencing them.
Experiencing the defilements.
Yeah, I mean, one thing we talked about like 16 types of defilements, during our previous months.
Discussion we had.
Yeah. But it's also part of being human, right, Bhante? So, and if you refer to the examples of defilements, actually in Pali, Bhante Mehta, what is the Pali word for defilements?
Generally we use the kilesa, Bhante, right?
Kilesa, yeah, kilesa. So kilesa has this sense of this defiling.
Defining. Yeah.
You know, let's say if you have a white piece of cloth, and then if it get dirty,
Yeah.
and then that dirt is called kilesa, right, Bante?
Yes,
That's the
yeah.
meaning, right? Kilesa. So we call these states of the mind defilements because it disturbs the purity of the mind. It disrupts the clarity of the mind. And that is why we call them defilements. But I think and so we can have like for example, you know, anger, ill will, jealousy, even greed, pride, maybe dishonesty, you know, vengefulness. All these, you know, all these are the simple examples that we have. But in Buddhism, we also categorize all the defilements into 3 categories. Right? I think our friends should know this. You know, what are the 3 main categories of defilements? Anybody remember?
Body, speech, and mind.
Oh, yes. There,
Um,
I mean,
Body, speech, and mind.
Say again?
Body, speech, and mind.
Yeah, body,
defilements.
speech, and mind is the avenues that we express our defilements.
and David said something.
Uh,
Can you loudly?
Yeah, greed, ill will, or hatred and delusion.
Exactly, yeah. Greed is one category. Yeah, thank you, David. I didn't see you. No.
I am covering you.
I was hiding behind the purity of Bhante now.
The shield.
So greed is one category. Any kinds of defilements that is, you know, that direct us to grab things, hold things, you know, we call them greed category. And the other big category, as you know, as David mentioned, could be like hatred. Any kind of, you know, state of the mind that, you know, that encourage us to be, you know, to push away, you know, to resist, to like run away, and we call them, you know, hatred category. And but there's also the most invisible category of defilements is called delusions, or maybe confusions, that mainly misunderstanding, and that is the basis of, you know, 2 other defilements too. So anyway, these are the 3 main categories: greed, hatred, and delusion. Thank you, David, for that. But I think, you know, when we talk about, you know, what we can do with them, you know, what are the tools that we can handle them? And one important thing to realize is that actually these defilements are temporary. You know, I mean, when you reflect your own life, you know, it's very, very evident that, you know, these defilements are temporary. We are not angry all the time. We are not jealous all the time. You know, we are not greedy all the time. You know, these states appear and disappear. So they are temporary. And Buddha said that these defilements are temporary. They are not really permanent states of our mind. They are temporary. They arise when appropriate conditions are present. So this is the good news. You know, defilements are not permanent. They are temporary. They arise when there are certain conditions are present. You know, it's like, you know, fire can arise when certain conditions are set and meet together. So in the same way, these defilements are not permanent state of our mind, not inherent states of our mind. They arise when, you know, certain things are present. We may have certain tendencies or dispositions in our mind to have more certain kind of defilements than the others. That's what we call personality, you know, personality traits. But, you know, those states don't stay there permanently. So this is important thing, right? So if these things come to be, these defilements come to be only certain conditions are present, then if you know this mechanism, this what we call causality, this dependently arising, on this mechanism. If you know this mechanism, it is easy for us to handle it.
But Bhante,
Yes.
as you said that they are impermanent,
Yeah.
of course, but once you get any of those defilements into your mind,
Mm.
then they are not suddenly fade away, going away.
But the reason they don't go away,
Mhm.
we feed them.
My goodness.
They actually they are very they are about to die.
Thank you. It is nicely said, Bhante. We are feeding them.
So I think the first step to handle these defilements is to understand this mechanism. How
Mhm.
exactly anger arises in our mind. How exactly jealousy. Could be it could be pride. It could be extreme desire. Wanting, attachment. Anything's arising. Let me give like very plain picture of this mechanism. And of course, any defilements arises in our mind as a reaction to an event or certain circumstance. So the first condition is that there should be some kind of event or circumstance, a condition. Could be a favorable condition and could be, what is the opposite of favorable? Unfavorable. Could be an agreeable condition, agreeable event, or could be disagreeable, pleasant or unpleasant. So first we encounter an event, an incident, a circumstance, an individual or an object. So that is the first. But then that event or incident or an object, it cannot decide exactly, what kind of defilements we will experience. And the second condition is our interpretation of that event. Our interpretation of that event. Let's say we had an event, let's say somebody, we went somewhere and we wanted to talk to someone in that place, but that person kind of ignored us. Okay, didn't look at us, didn't pay attention to us. Okay, so that there's an incident there, right? And then, and so of course it's not a pleasant experience. And then, and just before we experience any kind of emotions, and there's an interpretation going on here, and we interpret that and say, oh, this person, maybe ignoring me. This person is ridiculing me. This person is angry with me. Whatever, we may use all kinds of interpretation. And based on that interpretation, and then we will experience some kind of, defilements as a result of that. Could be like, self-doubting, could be, anger in direction of that person, could be depressed feeling, nobody is caring for me, whatever. So it all depends on that interpretation.
So it is type of negative interpretation, like feeding your
Yeah.
misunderstanding.
Actually, it could be, AI is all the time we interpret even, right? One thing, we try to make sense of an incident. So we try to give some meaning, interpret. But the problem is when there's sometimes, most of the time, we, rather than interpreting, we misinterpret. But sometimes our interpretation can be true, but some other cases it can be not true. But this interpretation is very important. It's a key to decide what kind of defilements that we experience. And of course, Bhante, we also need to realize that there are also some internal urges, like internal dispositions, our previous habits that we have formed from our childhood, even could be from our previous lives. They also play a role
in that particular event sometimes when you are interpreting.
Yeah, because once we start to interpret, And then because of our previous habits, we
Mhm.
have a kind of pre-packaged set of responses.
Okay.
Kind of already we through our previous reactions, we already develop a kind of pre-packaged or pre-prepared set of reactions. Some person can become violent, some person can be so depressed. It could be other directed or self-directed, or So that is the habit. So now one thing we have few components of this mechanism: an incident, an event or circumstance, and our interpretation, and our previous habits. So when these things come together, it could be a really complex soup,
Mhm.
complex, combination,
Mhm.
and then it will give us some kind of departments.
And sometimes
So
other people also start to feed that situation.
exactly, yeah,
It
that's a good
becomes
point.
worse, huh?
That's a good point. That's a good point, Mandi.
Would you
Because
discuss defilement food?
defilements,
Defilement food.
we feed the defilements.
Yeah, feed them. What is we feed the
Good.
defilement? What is the food to feed it so that I can get it out of my cupboard?
Very good. So the food for the defilements are thoughts. It's a thoughts, memories. Let's say, just think about, let's say we try to call someone and that person did not answer our phone. Okay, so we expect that person to, answer. He didn't answer. And then it's an unpleasant event, right? And we will not experience anything right away, but we will quickly interpret that, oh, this person should be ignoring me. Okay, and then we get slight anger, and then we start to feel how we feel. Oh, I called him last week, he didn't answer either. I met him last week, he only briefly talked to me, he didn't really talk to me long. And we try to bring all the memories. We kind of select from many interactions, we select certain kind of memories, and then and these memories, these thoughts, these images are the food for the defilements. The more thoughts we bring, because we become so biased and we only bring the thoughts and memories that are relevant to that interpretation that we initially made.
So you're saying our pre-programming has got us into a endless loop.
Mhm.
And so now and this is all on the basic subconscious level. So now what we need to do when we find this is happening, we need to pull the plug. We need to
Replace the thoughts.
replace the thoughts. What action can we take? What can we do right now? Because pretend we feel we're getting upset, we're getting angry, we're going backwards into our thought process of what used to happen, what that person did in advance. So now what we need to do is blow the whistle, stop, and turn the bus in the other direction.
Yeah.
So let's talk about taking the bus in the other direction.
Yeah. This is okay. Let's get into the surgery now.
Yes, surgery.
We know the
Okay.
problem, we want the solution.
Yes.
So, okay, before the beginning point of this surgery or redirection is actually first to be fully aware of the disruptions that we are experiencing in the mind because of the unpleasant incident. It could be a pleasant incident, and then we develop craving and need more. So, whatever the disruption. So, the first one is actually fully we should give our mind a job. If otherwise our mind will create all kind of thoughts and connect all kind of memories to feel that emotion, feel that defilements. So what we need to do now is, as the first step, is to, instead of focusing on the person who didn't answer the phone, or maybe the whatever cup that was broken or whatever, instead of focusing on that outside incident, for a moment we quickly observe the whole condition that we are in. It's kind of not a normal condition, right? So it could be this change condition that we are in. So the first one is to fully observe, like be a witness to this disruption that is happening. We can witness to physical changes and also the mental, chaos happening in our mind in that moment. So we for a moment, we kind of switch and we turn our attention in and start to observe. But this is where the mindfulness is becoming so handy. That is why we want to develop mindfulness in our meditation, because whenever we are out of our normal, peace of the mind, and we can start to observe that. So this observation is very important, and I say it's observing it and witnessing it. We are not going to change it in the beginning. We simply want to observe it and witness it, and make sure that we don't make any judgments about that. It's, oh, it's so bad, I got angry again. It's so bad, I shouldn't be feeling like this. That is not the way to do it. Fully explore it. Explore this human nature and explore this nature of this emotion. It could be jealousy, pride, hatred, whatever. So that is the first part, exploring. Because when our mind is exploring it, exploring the physical changes and also the mind's own, disturbed nature, when we are observing it, and mind cannot produce thoughts to feed it, because mind can do only one thing at a time. So when we give our mind the task to observe this, it cannot produce thoughts and connect memories. And instead of feeding the defilements, we are watching the defilements. That's the first thing. And let's say we do it do it for a few seconds. Let's say 5 seconds. You simply keep watching it. Then first we simply watch it. Then we can go to the interpretation that we make. Let's say, like, try to reevaluate our interpretation. That person didn't answer the phone. Is it true? Is it really that he's ignoring me? Or could be there is some other reason for that? How do I know for sure that he's ignoring me? Who knows, right? We don't know, right? So we try to reevaluate. Sometimes our interpretation may be true, but and second one would be like, go back to the interpretation and try to rethink, maybe reinterpret or change our concepts. Is it clear so far?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
It's kind of like going, oh, look at that. I'm, thinking this person doesn't want to talk to me, or, what's up with that? Kind of examining it like that. Not really like,
yeah, then you observe your own disruption first, this fluctuation of the mind. And then also there are related physical changes too. Pulsations, heartbeat, changes in the breath. You explore all these things like an experiment, scientific experiment for a few seconds. This is a very short exploration. And that very exploration gives us a space between us and the defilements. And that's where we get the control of the defilements. We create a space rather than being in the defilements. Now we are like above the defilements. Rather than being in the clouds, we are now in the sky looking at the clouds. So then, after we fully explore it, not denying it, not try to judge ourselves, exploring it, then we can like, okay, let me go back. Am I thinking the right way? Is he really ignoring me, or maybe is he busy with other thing? Maybe he's sick. Maybe we don't know, right? So we try to it's kind of suspend our interpretation. Maybe rethink. We can purposely rethink in a different way.
And if you're thinking so much, rather one option could also be that you straight up ask the person, is everything okay?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I think so before we go and meet the person, there should be some kind of peace within us. Otherwise, we will bring that fluctuation. We bring that like anxious mind, and we may throw that to that person, and it can create more problems too. Yeah, but definitely, if you follow this example, yeah, we can ask.
So,
And the issue is that, our interpretation play a key role. So we observe our elements, we can go to our interpretation and reevaluate our interpretation and see whether we can rethink and we can try to see a different interpretation. Maybe just, reevaluate.
so how do you remember to observe?
Oh.
I mean, that's what you have to do. Initially, you have to observe, but you have to remember to observe. Like that comes before that, because you can get caught up in it.
Yeah.
So how do you?
I think, you have to install a self-alarm.
Yeah.
Can I buy that on the internet?
What is
Well-
really the alarm, Bhante? Can we
Even-
discuss about that? Yeah, it will be very helpful.
I think that this is where again the mindfulness is the key here. I think when you meditate, Bhante Punna, guided us first to feel our body. That's that's the key. That's the basis of any meditation. So you encourage us to observe the body, how we keep our legs, and how we feel our clothes. So this awareness of the body is the key, because anytime when our mind is disrupted, anytime we experience defilements, there are changes happening in the body. And if we train our mind to be sensitive to our body, whenever there's a change in the breath, whenever there's a our heartbeat is high, whenever there's changes occurring in the body, we become aware, oh, what is happening to me? So training ourselves to be sensitive to the changes of the body is the alarm.
Do you think that having this conversation also helps? I mean, it's not like something that we talk about every day,
Exactly.
out in the world.
Mhm.
I mean, that will be the next one. To know a little bit more about these things. Know more about the Dhamma.
Instead of drama.
Yeah, drama. Yeah. More drama.
But it may be true, right? It may be that the person is avoiding us. And then as long as my mind is quiet, I'm not agitated, and I take a step back
Yeah.
to avoid
Mm.
that situation. And, by taking a step back, I'm actually less agitated. Then that's okay, correct?
Exactly. I think you brought a very good point, because let's say, our interpretation was correct, and he didn't want to ignore us. And then the next step will be to accept it, forgive him, or to let go of it. It's okay, right? I mean, it's okay, people have, their own issues, their own preferences, and it's not, also think of it's not about me. It is about, these people. You don't have to direct that blame to yourself or to others, and just accept it. It's okay. It's okay that sometimes people do not pay attention.
Even Bhante, as you mentioned, the mindfulness is a key factor in every angle. Even if you are caught up in the cloud, still mindfulness help you to experience really what is the tension that you experience right there. And next time you can just go beyond the cloud and overview the cloud, and you can see it and you can just pass through it. Is that right?
Exactly.
Because-
It's just like, let's imagine that one day when we went outside and we thought that it's going to rain. Everywhere it's like cloudy and dark and gloomy. It's going to be rain. And then you suddenly realize that, oh, I have my sunglasses on. You still have your sunglasses, you still see everything's cloudy and gloomy. But no, that is not true. So the mindfulness will give us that kind of effect. And we are still uneasy and unhappy, but we also be aware of it. And we know that it's not going to be permanent, and this is a disruption, and there's interpretation.
Oh. Then you can notice that this is not permanent, and you can just let them go instead of confrontation and all sort of kind of agitation. You can just let them go, and because of impermanence and also the previously you have good memory that you have had same kind of experiences and same kind of interactions and the troubles and the conflicts, why you are putting into the fire again. You can ask all sort of good questions from
Like, self-suggesting, right?
self-suggesting.
Bante, we run out of the time,
And Bante, today is the best day that you opened the very nice discussion, and Bante Mehta prepared here lot of wires and everything. You won't believe. It is fully complicated, but he did a great job to bring you here today, Bante. Thank you so much.
And it's due to suggestion.
You are here, Bante, today. Thank you.
What you did, our loving kindness meditation is also part of this technique, because alternatively we can also purposely cultivate wholesome qualities.
Mhm.
Then we will prevent unwholesome defilements from arising. Like when you purposely cultivate loving kindness, just like we did today, and that will reduce the tendency for us to get irritated in the first place. So our practicing of practicing wholesome qualities is the prevention, and using the mindfulness is what we call remedial or curative methods.
And Bante, so we all are on our toolbox.
Yes, we have a lot of
So, Bhante, it says, for one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from clinging is seen.
Oh,
Yeah.
you hit the nail there.
Oh.
So does that become permanent, or is that
Well, it's not really
an
permanent.
impermanent thing? Like when you have equanimity, is that when you reach equanimity, is that permanent?
In the enlightened state, yes.
So there is
but-
something
Yeah,
something
but
permanent.
prior to that, it may be like temporary, right, Bhante? Yeah. Enlightened state, then one is beyond the thought itself, so, it doesn't even arise, actually. They would have awareness of it, but it wouldn't arise within that person, because that person no longer exists. It's part of the larger energy of life.
Okay, Bante. Thank you all of you.
Thank you.
So we will move to the other part of the program. Please turn to page 14. Transference of merits to departed relatives. We will transfer the merits that we acquired with this practice with our departed relatives. Whoever departed relatives who have done many things for our life, for the progress of our life, for the well-being of our life, just think about them and share these merits with them. May our relatives share our goodness. May they also be happy and rejoice our goodness. Idam me ñātinam hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Idam me ñātinam hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Idam me ñātinam hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Transference of merits to sentient beings. All the beings, may all the beings whoever accept and able to share our merits, may they do so. Nittavatache amhehi sambetam punya sampetam sabbe deva anumodantu sabbe sampatti siddhya sabbe bhutanumodantu sabbe sampatti siddhya
Sabbe sattanumodantu Sabba sampatti siddhya.
Wish for the well-being of the world in English.
May
May the weather be blessing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with people until I attain Nibbana. Purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determine to be peaceful. Now we are going to do our blessing service. We are going to chant the discourse of loving kindness, Karaniya Metta Sutra, originally uttered by the Buddha with great compassion for all living beings. We wish that may you all receive the blessings of the great compassion of the Buddha. With these blessings, may you all be well, happy, and receive good health and healing. And you can also recall to your mind whoever you want to share these blessings with your family members, relatives, friends, especially anyone who are sick. Recall them to your mind and share these blessings with them too. May all of you receive these blessings. May all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Karaniya Matta Kusalena Yantang Santang Padang Abhisamikche Sakko Ujoche Sojoche Suacho Chansa Mudu Anatimani Santut Sekoche Subharoche Ampakitchoche Salla Ukabunte Santindriyoche Nipakoche Ampakabgo Kulesu Ananugindo Nache Kundang Samachare Kinchi Nevinyo Pare Upavate Yung Sukino Vake Minontu Sabbe Santa Bhavantu Sukhitanta Eke Chipane Bhutat Sita Savata Vrava Anavase Sadigavaye Mahanta Vamajjimaras Kanukatula Dittavaye Additta
කායේ ච දුරේ වසන්ති අවිදුරේ භූතාවා සම්භවීසීවා සබ්බේ සත්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතත්තාන පරෝ පරං නිකුම්බේත යාති මංඤේධකත්ත චිනං කංචේ ව්‍යාරෝසනා පටිග සංඥානාඤ්ඤ මඤ්ඤත්ස දුක්ඛ මිච්ඡේය මාතා යථානියං පුත්තං ආයුසා ඒක පුත්ත මනුරක්ඛේ එවම්පි සම්බ භූතේසු මාන සංභාවයේ අපරිමාණං මෙත්තං ච සම්බ ලෝකස්මින් මාන සංභාවයේ අපරිමාණං උද්දං අදෝච තිරියං ච අසම්බාදං අවීරං අසපත්තං තිත්තං චරං නිසින්නෝ වාසයානෝ වායාව තංස විගත මින්දෝ ඒතං සතින් අදිත්තේය බ්‍රහ්මමේතං විහාරං ඉදමාහෝ දිට්ඨිංච අනුපගම්ම සීලවාදස්සනේන සම්පන්නෝ කාමේසු විනේයගේ දන්නයි ජාතු ගම්බසේයං පුනරේති ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන සොත්ති තේ හෝතු සම්බෙදා ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන සම්බ රෝගෝ විනස්සතු ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන හෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං සබ්බීතියෝ විවජ්ජන්තු සම්බ රෝගෝ විනස්සතු මාතේ භවත්වන්තරායෝ සුඛී දීඝායුකෝ භව භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ බුද්ධානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ ධම්මානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ සංඝානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු
Let's spend a moment of reflection. Reflect your own good deeds, kind deeds done today, yesterday, or day before yesterday. Whenever you have done whatever kind deeds in which you helped someone during the last few days, few seconds, let's rejoice those kind deeds. On this day,
on this day,
or in the past,
or in the past,
if I have done kind deeds
if I done kind deeds
to other beings,
to other beings,
with my body, speech, or mind,
with my body, spirit, or mind,
whether great or little,
whether great or little,
here before the Buddha,
here before the Buddha,
I call to mind
I call to mind
those kind deeds,
those kind deeds,
and let my heart rejoice.
and let my heart rejoice.
I rejoice in those kind deeds,
I rejoice in those kind deeds,
appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others.
appreciating the opportunity to help others.
I rejoice in those kind deeds,
I rejoice in those kind deeds,
wishing more opportunities to practice compassion.
wishing more opportunities to practice compassion.
I rejoice in those kind deeds,
I rejoice in those kind deeds,
resolving not to compare myself with others.
resolving not to compare myself with others.
I rejoice in those kind deeds,
I rejoice in those kind deeds,
and gladly share this joy with all beings everywhere.
and gladly share this joy with all beings everywhere.
May my kind deeds
May my kind deeds
relieve the burdens of other beings.
relieve the burdens of other beings.
May my kind deeds
May my kind deeds
shield me from all dangers and pain.
shield me from all dangers and pain.
May my kind
May
deeds
my kind deeds
and merits that come from them
and the merits that come from them
help me in freeing my heart.
help me in freeing my heart.
Now recall to your mind any kind deed done by someone else, whether to you or others. If somebody gave you something, or somebody was there at least to listen to you, if somebody showed some kindness, compassion towards you, even a simple short moment, let's rejoice. On this day, or in the past,
Or in the past,
if I have seen or heard
if I have seen or heard
of the kind deeds done by others,
of the kind deeds done by others,
with their body, speech, or mind,
with their body, spirit, or mind,
whether great or little,
whether great or little,
here before the
here
Buddha,
before the Buddha,
I call to
I
mind
call to mind
those kind deeds,
those kind deeds,
and let my heart rejoice.
and let my heart rejoice.
I rejoice in those. I rejoice in the goodness of others,
I rejoice in the goodness of others,
being always ready to praise kind people
being always ready to praise kind people
and follow their example.
and follow their example.
I rejoice in the goodness of others,
I rejoice in the goodness of others,
appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world.
appreciating that they are happy people.
I rejoice in the goodness of others,
I rejoice in the goodness of others,
expressing gratitude for any kindness done.
expressing gratitude for any kindness done.
May the kind deeds of others
May the kind deeds of others
bring safety and happiness to many living beings.
bring safety and happiness to many living beings.
May the kind deeds of others
May the kind deeds of others
foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings.
foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings.
May the kind deeds of others
May the kind deeds of others
nurture goodness in me
nurture goodness in me
and many living beings.
and many living beings.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you to all our spiritual friends who joined through YouTube. Wish all of you good health and good night.
Thank you, Bhante,
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
for all your kind deeds.